I'm not even sorry. I'm
Nope.
not even sorry.
Nope.
The cameraman knew what he was doing when this happened as well. Never is there a top down shot when things like this happen on AEW.
Never.
Never.
I've never. Imagine if I see Adam Cole and Brian Danielson a move like this. We ain't doing a top down shot of this. They're not zooming in on Adam Cole's ass. No, that cameraman was all up in there. He may as well slid the ring to get a better look. Outrageous. And I want to say this isn't even a thirst trap. Serena Deeb deserved to cover for years. God damn it, for
This is
years.
true. And I also want to apologize in advance to Shantae, who may be looking at this at work and be like, "Oh,
This wasn't that graphic. You had worse. Mandy was naked last week. Ah. Sorry, I said her name incorrectly. It's Mandy.
So yes, this was supposed to be the thumbnail.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be it, and I felt like it was appropriate. But due to controversial name change, he has been removed.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Because yes, he looks terrified in the picture on the left.
He told him his name was Gunther.
But on the right, that could if I went to anyone that may have not seen American History X, they could have thought that was American History X.
Racism. Get him. Racist. But it's Gunther. Gunther.
Serena Deeb is on Dewdrop's level. No, you need to rephrase that statement, sir.
I don't even know what that means.
He's on the Dewdrop train, but Dewdrop is on the Serena Deeb level. She is the professor.
She is the professor. The woman of 1,000 holds.
And then, obviously, we had to include one.
Oh shit! Oh.
Look at Walter's neck. Look at the power coming from just his neck.
Who? Manny, I do not know who you refer to. Well, again, he was
Gunther.
Walter in this match. He was Walter in this match.
Gunther's power was ridiculous.
He wrestled this match as Walter and evolved into Gunther at the end. I have evolved. I used to be Pikachu. Now I'm Raichu. You call me Charmander. I'm Charizard.
Do you think his chops are 10 times harder now because he's now Gunther?
I think that he went to America and changed his name, just like most people. You know what? I'm an American now. Let us bask in their glories. I am now Gunther. And by the way, this probably is the last known image of Roderick Strong. Although I think we're going to get a Diamond Mine Imperium feud out of this.
Yeah, I think so.
So Roddy's still alive.
Which according to history has proven Diamond Mine are picking up the win here. So we'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh!
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Tony D. Hey, how you doing?
To spite you, I was gonna make this the thumbnail.
Despite me, this would make me proud. This is one of my favorite wrestlers in the game right now.
Yeah, and he got made to look like a punk.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to everybody eventually in wrestling. Everybody runs away eventually and get their ass whooped and stuff like that. But hey, how you doing? It's Tony D.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Thirst Trapper Jones. It doesn't say up there, and I'm joined by.
I am now Walter Now that nobody else has taken that name from me, I am free to be my true self. But by the end of the show, I will be Marcus the Grand Finale.
Walter the Grand Finale.
Yes. The day of wrestling goes by the Grand Finale today. My lawyers get caught up right now, real quick. Real quick. We got to do it. We got to do it.
How are you doing today, Marcus?
Silence money. I'm doing fantastic, Manny. But Manny, I have something to say. As a wrestling fan, I don't know if you guys have I Love Lucy, but this is a reference. Anyway, Manny, I have some complaining to do.
Are you sure this is the right show? Because the complaining show seems to be Saturday.
No, I'm gonna get it off my chest today. I'm gonna just let all that toxic mucus off my chest today. And it's about wrestling fans, it's about WWE, it's about AEW, and of course Nazis. I just got complaining. Nothing is passing my complaining wrestling eye today.
Speaking of eyes,
Corey's off the hook for whatever reasons.
Speaking of eyes, I'm playing hurt today because I feel like I'm getting a sty growing underneath my eyelid and it hurts to blink. So I want everyone to go take this link to this YouTube and I want you to put it on your social medias because I am doing this in pain for you. For you. And if you're listening on the audio, you better go find the YouTubes or you better go on your social medias and you better tell the people. Go at Sharpies Network on Twitter or on the Instagram at The Sharpshooters. Follow these men, watch their show, give them views, and let them retire happy.
I don't know why all of a sudden I felt like I was in medieval times and you were decreeing something for the king. Follow these men, march into the field, and fight for your king.
I'm nothing more than a court jester. Follow the sharpshooters.
Oh hell, King Gunther.
Gunther.
For that, I guess we start with 2.0. Yes. Right? I feel like we start with 2.0. And I think that I want to start with this whole Gunther thing. I think we start here and then we can talk about the other stuff.
No. When the Americans call it Gunther. I appreciate he was a minor big character on Friends. Gunther.
Never seen Friends.
No, the white people would have.
You want to know why? Because I was living
single.
I'm a 90s kind of girl. And I got, it's a 90s kind of world? I don't know. I just keep my head up. That's right.
Keep my head up. What? Keep my head up.
This show's off the rails already.
Gunther is the American version of it. You have to Europeanize it. Gunther. You got Gunther. It's probably got the two dots on top of the U.
Yeah, but those dots are racist.
No, they're not.
I refuse to call a Nazi by his actual name other than Nazi. Gunther. You say Gunther, I say Gunther, I say tomato, you say tomato. Or do you say tomato? Do you say tomato or tomato?
You say Gunther, I say Gunther, Gunther. We have broken the show.
Yeah. Well, we had broke the show at the beginning of this when we were talking, and then we were singing the Lion King's Hakuna Matata, but replacing it with Gunther. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days.
It means your chest is gonna get encaved.
By a chop like this.
Hakuna Matata.
Wow. My life should be a musical. It would be the worst.
If we really want to derail the show. So, who is it in the mid-card mess? Clarena in the mid-card mess said something about Seth Rollins' earth-shattering two-step from Monday Night Raw, which prompted the merging of Michael Jackson Earth Song and Seth Rollins of
I don't know why you sound like a lawnmower that's trying to work. Like
it hurts my chest to do. Really hurts my chest to do it.
This is probably what's creating your style. But let's keep this on the rails, all right? Let's not be like a bad Disneyland ride. Let's keep this going and not risk the lives of many. So he is now Gunther. He had a terrific match with Roderick Strong.
Amazing.
And I was at work doing all of this. And then all of a sudden, it's just he's Gunther now. Is this all over my feed when I call? Like, what is going on? What is going on? What happened? What's the haps? And I'm like, oh
what's
no,
the haps?
They changed Walter. That's what's going on in my head. They ruined him. I bet you he's coming out in a sailor outfit or some shit and speaking in an American accent and he's singing "We're the Navy" or something like that, or something ridiculous. He may have his hair blonde, who knows? And so I go through all these images and they show the character, I guess, from Friends, I guess Gunther.
Yeah.
I guess that's his name. Fucking cares. I never watched Friends in my life, and I never will. Black people don't exist in Friends, so I didn't watch it. And I'm like, Walter's probably fucked up. I put on NXT and I fast forward to the end because I just want to see Walter.
Yeah.
And I go, comes out as Walter. He ends the match as Gunther. Okay.
It's not that bad.
People are outraged about this. I enjoyed the ending of the show. I didn't mind him going by Gunther at the end of it. I was like, oh, that's it? This is it? Thank God it's wrestling fans overreacting because I thought he was dead. I thought he was a Bearcat and I thought he came out with a helmet.
Thing is, you can't trademark the guy's real name.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to. And this isn't brand new in the WWE Universe. They've been doing this for decades of changing people's names so they can own it. They have been doing it. If they can buy your name, they will buy it. If not, they're changing your name. I dare you to have a conversation with somebody about WWE and who they need to push and try to say Prince Devitt needs to be pushed in the WWE.
Hi, I'm Finn Balor.
Hi, I'm Finn Balor. Change his name. Change that man's name right away. Change that man's name. Or I would be damned if anybody were to walk up to Daniel Bryan and try to call him by his actual birthday, Bryan Danielson, because they flipped that shit. Or if anybody would go up to Kevin Steen and say, fight Steen, fight, or kill Steen, kill, because you already have fight Owens, fight already buried into your head. And where the hell happened to El Generico anyway? He just resigned a contract. They do this all the time. This outrage is unnecessary. And I don't care if he was NXT UK. We all know how WWE feels about NXT UK. Yeah. It is non-existent, and they will just bring it up to improve Gunther's stats. And for your record, they are going to say Gunther is undefeated for NXT because Walter has some losses. But, and you know, I'm sorry, Manny, for going on this full rant, but people are missing the full outrage. The real outrage in this thing. It has nothing to do with the name change. I can give a fuck what they call the man. They could have called him Boo Boo McGee. As long as he go out there
Boo Boo McGee.
Boo Boo McGee. If he goes out there and does those chops and he's having those banger matches, I would support me some Boo Boo McGee. The big issue is that they have nobody in their front office, in their facility, in a performance center, or no one doing a 30-second Google check on what this name is. Gunther Stark. Oh, fucking Nazi. We probably shouldn't go this route and try to trademark a Nazi name. Or if they did try to do this, I have more concerns that they're trying to trademark Nazi names and say, let's just make him a Nazi. I can see how they got there. I can see how they even got there. They went, oh, let me think of great German generals. Let me search a name. Oh, Gunther Stark. You're him. Oh, wait.
You can also blame your favorites called Chris Jericho, who tweeted years ago, "What kind of fucking name is Walter anyway? It's not a strong wrestling name." And then you've even got Kyle O'Reilly when they were going into their feud at Best of Both Worlds or whatever. I can't remember what the actual event was. Calling him Gunther in like 2019.
Yeah. So it was all this that led to whatever. It's this. I found that the due diligence of not researching the name or trying to trademark a Nazi is more offensive to me than them actually changing the name. Like, if they would have called him Bill, like, I would have been all right. Fuck it, I don't care. It's Bill. You don't want to get chopped by Bill. I'm upset that they were like, let's go with the Nazi. let's make him a Nazi.
I don't even know who he's just mentioned. Who is he mentioned?
Oh.
Is that someone you work? I don't know who that is.
No, hold on, Manny. I know who that is. And J.K. Smith, how dare you? How dare you? First of all, fuck Hulk Hogan. Yes, let's get that out the way. But Eric Piakowski has done nothing to deserve this. This is former Clipper legend. And I'm called a former Clipper legend because, you know what? I'm the only one who will probably do that. He was a shooting guard who was very inconsistent from the three, but he shot him just as much as Steph Curry.
So
what are your thoughts on this? I just went on a full rant.
I think the name is shit. It doesn't actually. The name Gunther doesn't actually sound terrifying. Like, it just doesn't. And that's because Friends has ruined that name. Friends has made Gunther to seem like a loser. So,
but how old is Friends? For me, who, I'm sorry to cut you off. I've never watched Friends in my life, but I know in this new generation, I'm sure these kids have never seen Friends. Maybe they have.
I think they have. And because it's on, what's that word? Because it's on
syndication.
Syndication, and then it's also on Netflix, where Netflix paid how much to have it on their bullshit. just as how, like, they paid so much to have Seinfeld on their streaming service. At some point, someone is going to have seen this pathetic version of Gunther that they put on Friends and then associate it with this, and it's just like, the name is terrible. They could have used a more stronger sounding Austrian or German name, because he's not German, he's Austrian, people. They could have used a more stronger sounding name that sounds terrifying, because Walter just sounds like your grandpa. But if you think about it, that just sounds like an old man.
Yeah. But my old man Walter down the street. Oh, he lost his marbles again. Where can I go? Oh, I want to say with this, I don't know any Austrian names. I don't. And, for all I know, this is a strong, powerful name. I doubt it. It's not anything that sends fears down my spine. But I think over time, just like Cesaro, just like a Goldust, just like a Sami Zayn or Seth Rollins, I will get used to it over time.
You just have to get used to it. And the other case is, even if it goes the route of he gets released, at least he ain't gonna have to. At least his name ain't trademarked, so he can't use it anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to. It worked out for him, but Bubba Ray Dudley was known as brother Dudley or whatever, and Brother Devon and shit like that. And, he finally got Bully at least to work for him instead of Bubba. Like, more people go around, or Kip James instead of Billy Gunn. I don't want that shit.
So let's actually get into the show.
Let's talk about some NXT 2.0. Now that we got all that out the way.
So it kicks off with LA Knight pulling up to NXT looking for Grayson Waller. Waller arrived with his restraining order in hand. Dexter Lumis arrived as Knight announced that Waller would have to face Lumis or him, and he'd have to decide whether to lift the restraining order. Grayson Waller decides not to lift the restraining order and keep it remaining intact, and then has a match with Dexter Lumis, which is actually an all right match, before the remaining member of Indus Sher, the man that tweeted out the spoiler for Adam Cole and Keith Lee.
Bearcat Lee.
the actual bear in despair.
The bear in despair who chimed in this Walter situation, and I just want to tell him, go sit your fat ass down somewhere.
I wanted to chime in on that, but so
that was the one I was like, sit your ass down. Anybody else can chime in.
Keith, so they obviously told Walter, you're going to America, get in shape. What did he do? He got in shape. He looks a lot more trimmer and everything to how he was in NXT UK. So he actually looks better. They told the exact same thing to Keith Lee, didn't they? What did he do when he got? What did he do when he got to the main roster? He got fatter, and then he had heart problems and everything. Whose fault is that?
Blame the heart problem.
Whose fault is that? They told him get in shape and improve your health. That's what would have happened if he lost weight. That may have still happened, but the chances of it happening would have been less likely.
Now, what did they tell Karrion Kross? Learn to wrestle.
Gain a personality.
Do it without your wife. Do it without your wife. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
You're nothing without this woman.
You're nothing. You're a taller Mark Barrow. You're nothing. I don't know why he was treated like the bastard child. I don't know why. Keith Lee, get in better shape, go to these wrestling schools with Drew Gulak. They treated him like shit too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so the other man from Indashire is now Waller's insurance policy.
Is this one's Rinku, right? Or is Rinku
so.
Veer?
I don't know. One of them it's the one that isn't Veer.
and the full MJF ripoff is complete. He now has himself a Wardlow of some guy from India who might be slightly taller than Wardlow, but probably has less wrestling ability. I don't know, but that's what I got from this. And I believe somehow Grayson Waller fits into this Walter storyline in which their names were similar. I think it was Waller that put this out there. They said, oh, our names were similar. They had to change. One of us had to go. And they decided to pull me at the heel.
So the match actually wasn't that bad. Like,
no, it was good. Solid match.
It's solid match. And then we move into
LA Knight was weird. I feel like he didn't know what he was going to say.
It's weird him being face. It just doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
And then we get the first Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic match, which is the Creed Brothers versus Briggs and Jensen. I'm just going to say it. I don't like Briggs and Jensen.
Yes.
I don't like him.
Say something else.
I don't like him. I don't like him at all. They keep trying hard to sell me on Briggs and Jensen and making them take it to the Creed Brothers. I was not buying it. These two are trash.
They are trash, and I really hope the KC Express leave them and then their future endeavor. They come off as knockoff Smoking Guns, knockoff Trevor Murdoch and Garrison Cage.
Yes.
And they come off as trying to be like JBL, but not. I mean, he was a big broad Texan. And I was like, nah, I just don't care about any of these guys. Boom Buchanan's son has just as much personality as Boom Buchanan, but not as good as Boom Buchanan and White the Censor. I do not care about these guys. And I wish the Creed boys made quicker work of them. Although that knee to the face, that I always get their names mixed up. The thicker Creed got took to the face. I was like, oh, I'll fuck that guy up for that.
Yeah, and then we get the returning Dante Chen, the first Singaporean-born WWE superstar, and versus Guru Raj, and then Duke Hudson makes his presence known and destroys everyone in it.
Hands go back a little bit, come back in public. All right, for the record, ready? Did you know Dante Chen was missing?
No.
Me neither. I totally forgot about him. I did not even think about Dante Chen. There's only been one Chinese wrestler in my mind, and it's Boa.
Singapore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Singapore. Damn it.
By the way, I've coined a match later as we get through these reports as the "I thought you were dead" match.
But so Dante Chin, I like the video package they did on him. It was a really, like he got injured, his dad passed away. And I was like, this dude's had a rough stint. And I made joke about I totally forgot about him, but they found a way to get that crowd behind him real quick with that video package, and they were cheering him on in the match. And I was like, oh, that's well done. Well done.
So we move on to Tony D'Angelo holding a memorial service for the late Pete Dunne. He did not spend long talking about the Bruiserweight before turning to the future, and that future is the NXT North American Championship, which brought out Trick and Mello.
Which showed that he was like, hey, we were teammates. We were teammates, but we ain't friends. All right? We on the same side. We are never friends. In fact, I don't like you.
The thing is, Trick is a bitch, but when he gets on that mic, there's a booming bass on there, which Mello lacks. But there's a booming. But I thought we were boys.
I thought we were boys, and then Mello was like, "How dare you? The audacity to say this!" But Trick is like, "Oh, this dude wants to fight."
Can you remember any of the friends your boy Tony D'Angelo named?
Oh, but I believe it was like a Johnny Banana, Tony Bobo, or something like that. And I was just going off. He was just going off on all these names, and I thought that was a good. For me, it was a good laugh with all these random names he had to probably come up with. And then probably Gunther
McGillicuddy.
And Walter was like, "That's it."
we got Jerry the Hat.
Jerry the Hat, nice.
Sammy the Shark. Betty the Groin.
Who? Betty the Groin?
Yeah. JT the Brick.
Which one of those guys do you trust the most with your money? He's like, hey, this guy got my back.
Maybe JT the Brick, because Sammy the Shark, I don't trust him.
No, he's a shark. I got Betty the Groin. If someone's gonna let me call him Betty, we cool. We cool.
So Cameron Grimes comes out and then claims his shot at the title as well, and Hayes tells him to fight out for a shot at the champion, and then Grimes smashed a picture of Pete Dunne over Tony D'Angelo's head.
Pete Dunne is dead. Pete Dunne is dead. What's Pete Dunne's name gonna be?
Peter
did.
He'll actually be Pete Dunne. He'll become Pete Dunne. And then Eric will be like, I was right all along.
I like to know that he just known as Dune. Like the movie Dune. It's Dune. Dun man. That's a New Jack City reference. Whatever.
And then we have another pretty decent match. We had pretty decent back and forth, which is Kaylee Ray versus Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile wins up with a roll up following a distraction from Mandy. And then toxic attraction attack, but India and Persia make the save.
Yes, the return of toxic attraction. By the way, they have not been around for a bit. They have quarantined themselves away from Mandy as she did her photo shoots. But she, I actually enjoyed all of this. I
did. We get a video package.
I remember 2-0 the first time ever in NXT. I don't think they've ever won this many matches in one night.
They were going for the sweep.
Yeah.
There was a video package for Yulisa Leon and Valentina Feroz, the Bird Lady, followed by an interview that Dakota Kai interrupted, telling them that their friendship once again will fall apart when they find success. I don't believe they've ever won a match.
No, but they had that video package, and then they had a match, and they were just thrown all throughout the show. I feel like I kept seeing them, and I was like, man, they really try to put them.
Yeah, but that match, it kind of just happened. Dakota Kai just destroyed them with kicks.
Yep. So I miss the feathers. I miss the feathers, Manny. I miss feathers being all in the ring after someone got their ass beat.
Then we get Sarai promising to return soon to America with a new passion and energy after finding a focus in Japan.
Marcus, I swear like this. People are upset about Gunther? What happened with this?
Thing is, I thought she looked better with the glasses on.
She did. But I felt like this was too on the nose and stereotypical. This was like, oh shit, she's a Japanese schoolgirl. This is.
I'm for it because she had nothing. She honestly had nothing.
She was the goddess of the sun or some shit, right?
Yeah. How much did they play on that? All she had was that stiff drop kick. Other than that, what else did she have?
She was the emperor of the sun, man. She got her power from the sun. You don't understand. She was like Birdman. Whenever she went outside in the sunlight, she got her power stripping. And she fought indoors, and it affected her whole career.
I want to point out she fights indoors and she also fights at night.
It was not. Yeah, it was not good for her powers. For someone to be powered by the sun, it was never a good situation. She needed day games. You
want to talk about powers now, Marcus? Do you want to talk about powers? Solo Sokoa said he'd never been hit with a fireball before, but he's talking. And then Boa, you're talking about powers. Boa, you're talking about powers too, because my bloodline comes from warriors.
Oh shit! He's bringing the gang. The day Roman shows up to NXT and just starts fighting Boa, I would go, oh shit. I would say, Solo, you went too far. You did not need to call the big dog or the tribal chief, the head of the table, just to beat up Boa.
And then we get our second.
We just said main event Uso. Don't send Roman. Do a fireball at me, Roman. I'll beat his ass.
We now get our second Dusty Cup match, but Legado del Fantasma versus Malik Blade and Edris Enofe.
These guys are filling up.
This was kind of just here.
Yeah.
Because this was all this was all for Santos and the guy to cause a distraction.
This was all about that. It had nothing to do with anything else other than Braun Breaker and Santos Escobar are going to fight for that title at some given date in the future. And Malik Blade and Idris Enofe have just fell up into this view and have moved on to the Dusty Classic. I think they may make the finals.
Are we forgetting that the sucking up they did to the guy in the back while they celebrated?
I don't recall this. I may have missed this part.
They were celebrating. They were selling the brack, and then they were talking about thank you for help, whatever why has his name escaped me? Braun Breaker. Yeah. So, and then he's like, "Nah, man, it's all about you. You guys did it." I'm like, he doesn't he needs to improve his promo voice.
No, it's all because of you. Scott Steiner voice. But yeah, he's the guy. You gotta kiss up to him, Manny. I don't care.
And then Raquel denies Cora Jade's offer for to team up in the Dusty Cup, but Cora Jade is not going to give up.
I'm not going to give up. I'm Cora Jade. I'm only 20 years old.
Which leads into Bivens telling Walter he may think the match sacred, but it isn't the revenue. But it isn't. It's the revenue. It's a revenue generator for them to move on up to get that deluxe apartment in Sky.
God save Bivens at all the costs. Wasn't there a tweet when he was getting grabbed? He said, "Oh, but they didn't show us how Pele kicked him."
Yes. No, but the funniest thing about him now is his Twitter handle. It reads Malcolm in brackets in all caps. We can't even make that joke because our names up above are all in capitals anyway.
What? I never knew that in the first place. That's fine.
With that powerful, our names are in all caps.
All caps. You can only say Marcus the Great and Lord Manny Hayes. Very aggressive.
So we get the main event. We've already covered it. It was a typical Walter match. Chops away. A
lot of chops. If you wanted this, you wanted lamb chops, pork chops, water chops. You got it all. Roderick Strong, who maybe on his way out soon, took a hell of a beating. But it was a hell of a match. It was like nothing changed with me. And it was like all my concerns of Walter were thrown out the window with this. And I was like, oh, he's the same guy. Same guy. Just different name. And I got to get used to it. I got to be able to accept change. even though I am wearing this shirt that's meaningless to me now. It's useless. It's dated, and it seems like I'll be a stubborn little man who's gonna wear a Confederate flag to go and like, no, this is my country. No.
All you gotta do is put tape over it and write Gunther. It's the same guy.
I'm gonna get Walter. Same guy as Gunther.
Yeah, so that was NXT. It was actually a decent show. I enjoyed the show. I think I'm exhausted this week.
What, with all the wrestling or just in
all
general?
the wrestling? Because like obviously we're doing the retro reviews as well, so we have to cover a lot of that as well. So at some point I've got to find time to watch episodes of Raw from '98 for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that today. I'm gonna do that tonight. It's good. It's a good Thursday night where I have nothing too much to worry about, and I just will watch old Raw and be just as frustrated as if it was modern Raw.
Do you know the only problem I have about watching this? It's not even the fact that I can't speed it up to the speed I want to watch it. It's that 4x3, man. That 4x3 really bothers me.
It puts me back in. It puts me back in because even at 4x3, this was still bigger than the TV I had to watch Raw on as a child. My phone, I think, is bigger. I think my phone has a bigger screen than the TV we used to watch Monday Night Raw as a child. That's terrible. So it's all a new experience for me. I don't know how I watched TV back in the day.
What did you think?
I thought NXT, again, I don't know. I'm probably just weird. I enjoy NXT UK, NXT 2.0 a lot. I enjoy the just all the fresh characters, all the fresh, colorful characters. It's different from any other wrestling show.
Yeah,
because AEW don't really have the colorful characters. They're all kind of muted, or they have characters, but they're just goofballs. And Raw, they're just too scripted or something. And I don't know. Whatever.
So speaking of AEW, let's move into AEW.
Spears coming.
No, he ain't. So it kicks off with Mox's heartfelt promo, which really hit in the feels. I was feeling vulnerable this morning, and this got me anyway. So
and he's like, no. That wound in my heart. No.
So if you haven't heard it, make sure you give it a listen and be sure to know it's okay not to be okay, and there is help out there to help you.
Yeah, he said none of that. No, in a way he did, but I thought Mox first came out. I felt there was an energy and a buzz to him.
He looked great.
He looked great. Fantastic. He looked great. I went, look at that guy. He's in the best shape of his life. Because you know what? I didn't realize how ill he looked until I saw him right here, and I was like, man, he was really out of shape. And
it wasn't even. Yeah, he was very like when you could do the comparison when he left. To when he returned, he was very puffy.
Yeah, everything about him didn't seem lean or healthy. He didn't look healthy. He looked like he was smoking cigarettes and drinking all the time. Damn you, Renee. That's it. But here he looked slim. He looked fit. It was his hair looked fine, which hasn't looked okay in a while. He threw a roller bottle at some fan. I was like, okay, Mox is back. He goes in there. He tells somebody to fuck off and get out of here.
I don't know what he actually said. I don't know what the fan actually said.
I read reports saying, you ain't shit but a drunk or something like that. Well, anyway, what a douchebag of a fan. Get him out of there. Mox tells some metaphorical story about his alcohol addiction, and his only thirst is for blood. So he's a vampire now, and no one's upset that Mox is chasing gimmick to a vampire. Or am I misreading all of this?
So technically, he should be Eric's favorite wrestler now because he's reading a lot of vampire books.
Yeah, Eric loves vampires. That's what I've learned over the years, like the Kevin Thornstains, Gangrel and the Brood, Jon Moxley. Well, he's not a vampire. Not to joke about this, but I thought this was a really good promo. If you were looking for something storyline or anything like that, it really wasn't anything there. It was more just real life scenario. I felt like compared to a lot of the promos of this one, it really showed everybody else. You guys suck at promos. Yeah. Every single person on this show, I felt like sucked at a promo.
So MJF, we cut to MJF gift to Wardlow is that he's going to apologize, but he's going to dock his pay for putting his hands on him last week. And I'm getting fed up with this.
It's going to go forever. And the thing is about this, I don't want to see the MJF Wardlow match or feud. So I don't know what that would be like. I don't know what that looks like.
It's also something you said. I think it was either last week or the week before, where all of MJF's serious feuds are the same thing. Like it's a feud with Cody, then with Jericho, and then now CM Punk. It's all the same thing.
Yeah. He goes with it. He's going back and forth. Somehow this person was his hero at some point, and you fight all his goons. And this week, CM Punk had to go through goon number 1, who I was sitting out there all the time, Sean Spears, who was
he went off the goon number. He went off the goon number 2.
Yeah, who was eviscerated in a matter of probably the second or fastest AEW match in history. I don't watch any of that dark shit, but
it must have been the fastest because it was like 10 seconds on Dynamite.
Yeah, it has to be the fastest Dynamite match in history. Although I think Mox may have one that was quicker. I think he had a jobber and just did his move and left. But I was happy that this was so short.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to I didn't want to see it. And then MJF runs out to the ring.
Wait a minute. We skipped the match.
I know. I'm going to come back to it.
This was not the first match of the show.
This might as well have been. MJF runs out to the ring, but then runs away again from CM Punk. But CM Punk gets a scarf. And he looked oddly like Alberto Del Rio.
You know what he looks like? That never crossed my mind. And then as soon as you said he looks like Alberto Del Rio, I saw them both side by side. And the music went get in the ring. Terrible.
So the actual match that kicked off AEW Dynamite was Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, and Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Marcus, do you remember when Adam Cole used to main event shows? It was like 4 months ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Remember when he was the big signing at AEW at the end of All Out? Until he was upstaged by Bryan Danielson?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where he's at now. And I remember I said I was going to rant and complain about stuff. This is something I want to complain about. I hate this match. I hate everything about it. And,
I didn't mind it.
This was this was AEW doing some AEW bullshit. That's where I was at with this.
The thing is, I didn't mind it, but do you know last week they made a big fuss about these awards that AEW took everything.
Yeah.
Where Britt Baker won all these awards and whatever. This match has proved to me that Chris Statlander is miles better than Britt Baker. And Britt Baker is lucky she's a heel and has been able to largely hide her shortcomings in the ring by being a heel and using outside interference, because she in the ring is not that good.
No. I 100% agree with you, Manny. But you know what? She wasn't my main problem with this. Adam Cole was my main problem with this match, Manny. Not Orange Cassidy, not the Alien, not Britt Baker. Can
I guess why?
Go ahead, Manny.
Was it because the front of him was tanned and the rest of him wasn't? He was tanned at the front, maybe just his chest, and then the whitest everywhere else.
No, that is not the reason. I didn't even notice that. But
I did. It was very apparent to me that I didn't care too much about what I was watching today.
How embarrassing. Oh no. But no, the reason is I feel like Adam Cole, 1, should be above all this shit. 2, he was getting his ass whooped for 90% of this match. Everything he did was just him getting his ass whooped, and he looked like an idiot. When Statlander did the 450, like instead of just pulling your girl out the way,
exactly,
you decided to just hover over her for about like 2 minutes. And it's like, I dare you to jump on us. Like, everything he did seemed stupid. And he had to sell for Statlander, he had to sell for Orange Cassidy, and all he was doing was getting his ass whooped. And I was like, how would I ever take Adam Cole serious as a main event? And then they did the table spot. For whatever reason, this match did not need this table spot whatsoever. They win the match, Britt Baker goes to the table, just falls through it terribly. Looks terrible for whatever reason. They do the spot. And, Adam Cole is upset at Orange Cassidy about this. And he's like, I need to fight you in a lights out match. And I'm going like, but you just won. You could have did your worst to him right there. Like, it didn't matter. You chose to just win a match instead. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. And it's supposed to be a company that says we don't do rematches, but we've got Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole and the best friends at least 900 times already.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it anymore.
But do you know when he cut that promo in the back?
Yeah.
When he was talking about the lights out match. Mm-hmm. He sounded like such a teenager.
Yeah.
You hurt my girlfriend.
Hurt my girlfriend, bro. And I didn't understand it. I was like, why is he still super upset? You won the match. It's like, if you wanted to do worse to him, you could have. It's not like AEW has strict rules about post-match shenanigans. Yeah. You could have killed the man. You could have killed the man if you chose to. And I thought none of it made sense, and I hated it. And I was like, Adam Cole, you're better than this. Why did you leave? Why did you leave to do this? I understand that you were going to be Keith Lee's manager, but you would have been taken more serious than this. This was a joke match, which had tons of jokes, which I'm sick of seeing that in matches too in AEW. Every match, everybody's doing their taunts and jokes in the middle of it. Like when Penta does his glove and Zero Miedo thing for like 20 minutes in the match. And Matt Hardy's yelling delete. And now Orange Cassidy always got to do his kicks and whatnot. And then, it's just jokes after jokes after jokes. Just have a serious match every now and then.
And then let's move on. We've got to take care of your blood pressure. Yes. So we moved to the back where it's Jericho
and Blood Pressure Billy.
We got Jericho and Santana Ortiz in the back. And Jericho's really pushing this GFY shit. Like, why is he doing this?
I don't know. I just cracked myself up because I was thinking of Damian Priest and my blood pressure, and that been my gimmick. Oh man, wait till you see my blood pressure raise. You don't want that to happen.
And then Santana Ortiz see that there may be truth behind Jericho being the reason that they're not in the tag team picture because they're always fighting his battles.
By the way, Jericho trademarking the GYI or whatever the hell it is. I forget what it's called already. He'll try to trademark that. It's worse than WWE trying to trademark a Nazi to me. Jericho, you're lame. It's over. And you're ruining Santana Ortiz's career. Even if you're on TV saying, I'm to catch the storyline, trying not to ruin a career. Even by him standing next to you. I was just annoyed. I was annoyed by the whole scenario.
Yeah, I feel like Santana and Ortiz really need to get back on track because, like, realistically, they are one of the better tag teams on that roster. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they've never been in that tag team picture because they've always been in Inner Circle nonsense is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, they've been on TV and shit, but like doing bullshit at the same time.
Yeah, they're just goons. They're just hired goons.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that have passed them up, whether you're the Acclaim or the
Gun Club. The Gun Club.
The 2.0. All these teams. Lucha Bros. Everybody's passing them up.
And then we move on to the Billy Gunn suggests that his boys get a tag team title shot when Christian arrives at the arena. Again, Jurassic Express.
For the record, he was very nice. He was formal about it, and he just needed understanding. He's a 50-something-year-old man, and he went to Christian as a man who's apparently their representative because I guess they don't talk to him. He was like, hey, my boys, logically, top 5 tag team. We got like 1 million wins. We just want to know what we got to do. Whose dick we got to suck to get a title shot. That's all he asked. And Christian was like, fuck you, old man. That's not the way it works. And it was like, all right, let's beat him up. We didn't want to go this route. Christian was completely disrespectful because this is the way it is in AEW. Yeah, like
and then they beat up Christian.
What else? Man.
He deserved it every second of it.
Yeah, I was supportive of this ass whooping because I was like, the Gunther turned on the Big Show. Also, another name change WWE did. He could have stayed Paul White. No, they want to own the Big Show. Now we have no more BS.
So Cody pulls out a ladder, as Marcus predicted last week or the week before.
Or the week before, who knows?
Cody said in CM Punk's absence, he was carrying the wrestling revolution. No, you weren't. Okay. He claiming to have built the wrestling forbidden door. No, you didn't. And then he puts over AEW talent while also putting him down, and then takes a shot at WWE.
Is that all? Is that all?
I mean, there's probably more.
All right.
The rest I just decided not to write.
This is my least favorite segment of wrestling all week, even over the name Gunther. That's a name change. Even over the complaining of the name Gunther. This is my least favorite segment of all week because, one, Cody Rhodes was rambling. It didn't seem like he had any point. It seemed like the stuff you wanted him to even come close to talking about, he was just trying to be cool about it. Like, nah, this and this. I'm a free agent. I want the contract. Like, none of this made sense of why I want him and Sammy Guevara going to fight in a ladder match for the interim tag team titles. He was like, the Bucks are starting to Wednesday Night War again for whatever reason. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking. Are you talking because he's feuding with Adam Cole? And he's like, I'm not turning heel. And Ricky Starks is my real friend in real life. And I'm going, what are you talking about? Get to the fucking point. He's like, this is my pipe bomb. This is the contract I wanted. We don't change anybody to Gunther McGee. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you even at? What planet are you on? And even no one pissed me off, was set the stage to piss me off or whatever he was doing, is that I know you probably skipped ahead of this. But when he came out, it went to picture big. Let's talk about this week's episode of the Go Big Show, where I had to watch a guy hit himself in the nuts with various different objects. And I was like, why would I watch this show, Cody? Why would I watch this show? That's what pissed me off, and immediately in this one. And I go in, John Moxley cuts his heartfelt promo in character and / out of character, and it made more sense about his storyline of what he's doing, even though he's not in a storyline, than Cody, who's involved in something that makes no sense by him being an interim TNT champion. Like, he brought up that ladder, and I think he mentioned the ladder one time, and then started climbing it at the end, as if his promo was so coherent that it made sense that him and Sammy are going to fight to merge these two TNT titles on Dynamite at Beast Ring. Did not get any of that information out of this promo. He was rambling, and it made me sick.
So I like to start all my show, anything I watch, at 100. So you're starting at like either 100% or you're starting at an A+. Then you gradually start going down the longer the show goes, because there's never. I would say there's probably never really a perfect show. There's always something wrong with it.
It's always a Tom Brandi moment of the week.
There's always a Tom Brandi. If you don't know who Tom Brandi is, go check out Raw is Retro, where we go into full detail about the greatest man in 1998.
Man, that's fine. Tony D'Angelo. It was inspired by Bruno Sammartino.
So like obviously this started at 100 with Moxley. And then it's like gradually dropping. Like there was nothing to this point. I mean, it didn't drop too much with the first match. I kind of enjoyed it. But like it started to plummet the more Cody spoke.
Your words are foul and false. Like, he was comparing himself to CM Punk and talking about the Revolution. I will give him credit about him wrestling in all those places. He was doing that. At one point, Cody was a pretty big name on the independent circuit of Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact, NWA. He was wrestling everywhere, and it was great. You were a hero, Cody. You were Brady. We're doing stuff, and it was exciting, and it was a forbidden door. But I have no idea what he was talking about, and I do not care what he was talking about. Stick to your script of talking about. It made me go to Vince McMahon and see, all right, Vince, I understand why you have scripted promo now, because these people, this guy right here, is not talking about anything. He's not talking about anything. He's talking about contracts. There's Royal Rumble chants going on. Like, you cannot watch Cody Rhodes without watching the WWE, which will always keep WWE as the #1 promotion if that's the way you're going to cut promos. Because that was 90% what he was talking about. I made it to the Rumble. I may be a free agent. I am Cody Rhodes. My daddy's in the Dusty Classic.
So we get the House of Black versus the Varsity Blondes. It's called a dick, Marcus Girl.
No, but I know what it's called, but I want to call him a penis. I feel like it hurts more.
Well, Wes said, I support Cody. What other characters is living his character other than The Miz? And if I'm standing near where Mox is walking and he knocks my sign out of my hand, we're throwing hands. Wes, you're a 4-year-old man, I'm assuming. You should not be holding signs at wrestling events. First of all, what sign are you having?
First of all, if Mox, it's not the sign that would have made me fight Mox. It was him throwing that water bottle. I know he decked the fan. He just threw a strike right down that middle, and I knew it hit somebody. I am coming after you, Mox. I don't give a fuck. You fucking, I would have called him every insult, and I would have been not PG about it at all, or PC. And I would have sued. I would have sued his ass too. Because I got lawyers.
Yeah, so it's just really weird.
Yeah, Cody is terrible. I don't know. I'm just lost and confused on why he exists. And if I'm Tony Khan, if Cody is a free agent, I'm considering going like, I don't need you here anymore. Like, you were the face of this company at one point. You have divulged yourself into being one of the most unlikable people in the company. The only person on AEW that is actually booed on this show. He's actually booed.
Well, speaking of someone that I think should be let go as well. So let's get the House of Black versus Varsity Blondes. They make quick work of these clowns. Then Pac is on.
Oh, okay.
Pac ends up on the screen, and he's cutting a promo, and he said Malachi is self-obsessed and become power hungry. He said he's going to make a martyr out of him. Cool. Ooh. But he's had far too many. At this point, he's had far too many returns. He's barely ever there. If I'm a business, I think like a businessman. If I'm running AEW, if he doesn't commit to living in the United States, I'm not re-signing him. He's great in the ring. He's good. He's amazing in the ring. But if he can't commit to being on my show every week when I need him, even though he's not on there every week, and then I have to change my whole program, whatever, because of him, I'm not keeping him on.
Especially in this climate with the COVID.
Yeah, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to travel.
Like, oh, we have a match this week. It's gonna be Pac versus, I don't know, fucking Kazarian or something. And we're gonna have this match. We're gonna give them about 20 minutes. We're gonna tear the house down. Oh, we can't do it. Pac can't travel. Ah, shit. It's terrible. It's a bad move. And maybe the storyline of him being blinded and all that is going somewhere and all that. But I just think I don't care. I don't care. Like, he was up there, he was talking, and I was like, I feel like he's done this before, Pac. You've done this numerous times. Similar to the way MJF has done, you got to fight through my whole group. Pac has done the same thing over and over. It's like, you done did me wrong, boy. I'm coming back as soon as I get me a flight. As soon as I can leave my house and not quarantine. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get you. I'll get your ass. I swear. And I don't know when it's going to be, but I want you to be scared of me tonight, tomorrow, on Rampage, on Dark. I can show up at any given moment. And then you know what? After I show up and lose to you, I'm going to lose to you. And then I'm going to get back and I'll fly away and I'll cut another vignette about how I'm going to get revenge on you one more time. Because that's his cycle. It's a cycle that won't end. He never ends.
The only time I really cared about one of his returns was when the video package was 2 of him, and then we could make 2-pack jokes. And then speaking of video packages,
what do you think of the House of Black? Their entrance and them destroying the Blahs.
It's cool, but like, I can't get too invested in things in AEW because if I get invested in the House of Black, he could be off TV for the next 2 weeks, and then I don't see him ever again for like another 3 weeks or so. This is the problem I have. Unless you're like the inner circle, the best friends, the elite, you're not gonna be on TV every week.
I just think that they do seem like, with the House of Black, I guess they're gonna be a tag team. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But also Cody brought up Brody. He's like, how dare you call yourself Brody in a company call itself Brody's? Our Brody's are Brody's and there's a Brody lead. I'm like, shut up, Cody, shut the fuck up. Stay out this black man's business. Because my minor complaint about the House of Black is that they're the black family, they're the king of the black throne. And I was like, there ain't no black people in this group. And Brody comes out with a giant Malcolm X thing in the same font as the Malcolm X logo on this thing. And I'm going like, you guys aren't black. That's it. I'm taking it away from you. Hey, Tony, if you're talking about this is your answer for diversity, these are not black men just because their last name are black.
The next video packages I couldn't care less about, which was the Murder Hawk video package, and then the video spot of the best friends. No, it wasn't even the best friends. It was them reforming Roppongi Vice.
Roppongi Vice. I should give two shits about this.
No, I didn't care. Honestly, did not care.
So AEW is supposed to be the fresh show, the show with lack of rematches and everything like that. But instead, I'm just getting shit from other promotions. That's all I'm getting that I've honestly seen already. And now the only difference is they're on a budget.
No, the only thing that I get from this is, WWE just changed a great wrestler's name to Gunther. But if you like this stuff, this is trash. Like he just said it, he appeared. Trash.
Trash. Or as we renamed Eric to Irk. We should come up with our Gunther's names for Saturday show. I think we did that with the WCW name, but if Vince had to rename us, and we have to rename each other, I think that should be the thing.
I would have to have the most British name ever.
Yeah, of course. Well, maybe we'll let Eric rename you. He'll probably name me after some food.
And then like another stupid match was Frankie Kazarian versus Lance Archer. You're trying to insert dominance by having him come back, and you put him in a match where you're putting him in a competitive match. You don't do that.
Yeah, against Kazarian? Jesus.
But this,
I think the Murder Hawk should have got a squash. He should have got somebody he could have destroyed to put heat back on him. I don't care. And they didn't really explain why Lambert and Jake the Snake are working together to team this. 3 old men, all different generations, 40, 60, 50.
So this was the match I coined. I thought you were dead match of the night. I thought I hadn't heard from Frankie Kazarian in a very long time. I hadn't seen Lance Archer for a very long time. So this was the I thought you were dead match of the night.
So, holy shit, they're alive.
And then I also wrote in his notes. So as I said, why was this competitive? This was more competitive than it needed to be to reestablish the Murder Hawk. They should have given Lance one of the people of color they bury on TV shows to establish dominance.
Yeah. I mean, they got plenty of those. I've seen AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation.
I saw a few of them.
AEW Rise Up and AEW Martin MLK and AEW Light Skin. We seen them all.
I saw one standing next to Dante Martin because they let Dante Martin win, but Lee Moriarty was standing next to Dante Martin and he could have lost.
He was right there. Instead, they did everything that restaurants used to do with black people in the 60s, kept them in the back. That's terrible. I want to take that one back.
No, it's out there now.
I want to use the bus. They put them in the back.
So, as mentioned already, there was a Team Taz spot and then a Dante Martin segment, which were largely forgettable again.
And then also in the back, RIP to the Butcher's faction that he has to come back to work and not his faction, his band that he has to come to work again and wrestle. Sorry for him. And then to find out that you were sold to Andrade somehow. And whatever business dealing this is proof that AEW has no idea what they want to do with Andrade because they're just floundering around with his existence and whatever's going on with this scenario. But now he's the AHFO, the Andrade Hardy, whatever's going on with that. It seems useless. It just seems like a overbloated bastard. It seems more convoluted than the corporate ministry from back in the day. And I'm like, well, who wants this? Who said, Andrade, you left for this? Like, I can see Charlotte just looking at him going, you could have been bullshitting with Humberto or something. You could at least be in the Rumble, but no, you're going to be the manager of Private Party.
You asked for your release for this.
Energy. Yeah, you can't even speak English. How you represent these people?
So, we get Serena Deeb versus Sky Blue, which
the laziest name in wrestling.
We've already pointed it out. The cameraman did excellent work here.
He went all in. He went in. I feel like at one point we were giving Sky Blue a colonoscopy the way he went in on the zoom in. But Serena Deeb's best female wrestler alive today, and the one positive bright spot, one of the few bright spots in this episode of AEW's Dynamite.
So, other than the Moxley promo, the best thing on AEW Dynamite was the Hook video package.
Hook looked like a star, cold-blooded, handsome devil he is. That they kept calling him in the thing, and I was like, he's dangerous. He's a dangerous man. Don't fuck with Hook, and I'm not tuning in the Rampage again. So watch him. He's not hooking me.
We learned that Mox is going against Ethan Page and on Rampage, and Rampage will be live this Friday. And then we move into the main event. It's not getting the name. It's not getting the Mark Henry. The Acclaimed versus Sting. And Darby Allin. Two guys going for a golf face.
Two grown men going through a golf face. By the way, the quick video before the rap in between, I thought, the Acclaim did their job. But I really wish they focused more on their champion. Hangman Page was on this show for like half a second, and I felt like he was the most important thing on the show.
Yep.
Sting has an epic finale of Old Man Sting as he beat up two black men as Darby Allin's neck is broken to start the match. Sting jumps through table and everything. He was invincible. He no-soul punches, and he looked like he was going to die. He was so gassed. But I appreciate the man is 60. He went out there and did his all. Sting did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I just want to point out one thing. So on the AEW Instagram account, they put, let it load. So they have the spot where Sting dives through the table. And the caption read, "Oh my God." Why is that an "oh my God" moment?
It was an "oh my God" moment. He got good distance. He's 60, Manny. He's 60. He did a Jeff Hardy spot. It was like Sting became. I swear to God, that was Jeff Hardy in makeup.
I think Sting was drunk, by the way.
Sting is on some bullshit. No, they said that in the match. This is when they broke Darby Allin's neck. They put his hand in between a chair, and they threw him through the post and said, "Welcome to the Black Boy, bitch." And I was like, yeah, black people, rise up. Rise up. Come from the back. Leave your AEW dark, and let's beat up a 60-year-old man, Sting, who I believe didn't deserve this ass whooping, but yeah, it happened, and Darby came back. No soul his broken neck because he was carried to the back. And the doctor was like, yeah, he got the broken neck. He's not going to be able to compete tonight. Let's get out of here. Like, literally said that. Carries him to the back. Darby comes back. No neck brace, nothing. Dives and stuff and attacks. Saves Sting. They win the match.
So I just want to point out
I'm
one
not dead.
thing. I want to point out one thing that I know is coming. When this isn't very different to something that happened in 1998.
What's that happened?
So you remember what happens, which leads to the dumpster match between the New Age Outlaws and Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack.
I didn't know.
When they put them in that dumpster and then push them off the stage.
Yes.
And then they come back to beat up the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah. But the one thing about that is that I believe that Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack, they took that bump. Sting ain't doing that. Sting ain't. It's one thing for me to dive off a stage to a table, but it's another thing for me to get pushed off a stage in a dumpster. By the way, what was with this arena? It was extremely small.
It's Daly's place.
That wasn't Daly's place.
That was Daly's place.
That was not Daly's. It was in DC.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Washington. It was in Washington, DC. This place was small. Like, I don't know how many people would fit in there because you can hear that guy yelling at Jon Moxley. You hear random shouts at Cody. Everything seemed very condensed with the stage and the people were on the outside. I felt like everything was really small. So Sting's epic dive wasn't that long, but it seemed long. But it was just a really small place, like very small venue. I don't know where they were at, what arena, but it looked like it was the size of
the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C.
Small. I'm assuming it's like a high school place or something. Like it was small. I don't care about this. It's not an attendance thing or anything like that. I'm just saying it just seemed like everything was congested, like on top of everybody. And you notice it more during the I think the Darby and Sting match or in the Acclaim because it was just like because they were outside the ring a lot and stuff. I was like, this is congested. Yeah, I didn't care for this show. I didn't. Yeah, I think it's Cody. I think it's Cody that did it, and the fact that I don't get the wrestlers I like the most. Like I got Serena Deeb, Mox was fine, but I would have rather seen Santana Ortiz out there. I would have rather seen. I want Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan back.
So this is the thing that I find really strange. So obviously I can't say if we're being biased about this or not. But like what culture is extremely biased when they claim that there was 7 ups because they do ups and downs in this show. So they're thumbs up. So they did 7 thumbs up for this show and 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
I feel like there's way more thumbs down than there are thumbs up.
I never read it. I just see it and go like, whatever. The hell that Meltzer bullshit. That AEW could do no wrong. When I think it's honestly the AEW do no wrong psychology is that it's just the people who I believe have just grown enough sick of WWE's bullshit, and they're just like, I just need anything that's not WWE. When there's better products out there, in that whether it's WWE, Impact, or whoever, MLW, whatever, there's just stuff. There's quality out there, and this shit is not quality. Cody Rhodes promo is at least, if they're doing ups and downs, 20 downs in every sentence he says. So because I'm like, what does this have to do with the current program you're on?
Okay, let's go through it. So the downs they said is it's a slow start for a world title feud, which is correct.
It's less Archer. It's not going anywhere.
They gave Cody Rhodes promo a down.
But
so that's their 2 downs.
But when they do this stuff for WWE, when they give promos downs, they would go with multiple things instead of promo for down. Instead of for Cody, he just gets 1.
Yeah, and then so the ups they go Jericho isn't feeling it from their promo with Santana and Ortiz. I don't know why that's an up. I thought that was just there.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. Who cares?
Serena the Hit Woman Hart. It's what they've labeled her. I agree. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Open House, which is the House of Black and Pac.
Meh.
That was just there.
Yeah.
Pockets full. So they've given the Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, Adam Cole, and Britt Baker an up.
Yeah, that's a down for me. But back to the Brian Pillman and thing that They need to just cancel Brian Pillman at this point. He's too much of a pussy of a character in my life. I swear to God. He got tagged in by Griff Garrison to a springboard and couldn't do it because he feared a man. I fear you? Get out of here. You're a pussy. Get out of here. I don't want to see you ever wrestle again. Get out of here, you coward. You bitch.
They're giving an up for Spears getting squashed. That's just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Sting dived off the stage again. I guess you liked it, so I'm guessing it gets it up.
I'm giving Sting because he wrestled the match by himself, Manny. Basically tornado style. There were no tags in this.
And then Moxley coming back. So I think I agree with 1, 2.
I give him 3.
Yeah, 3, and the rest were just there of their 7.
Yeah, I got Mox being healthy, Sting, and I can't remember what the third one would be.
Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb. That's probably it. Everything else is kind of just there. Maybe Malachi's entrance, but you know what? The Black X on Brody King needs to go. That's Malcolm X font, damn it. That's Malcolm X. You can't take a black person's gimmick. I'm not allowing it. You already took Brody's name. You can't do it. But
so that was the end. That was the end of Dynamite, and then it was very much an average show. It's not even. It's below average.
Yeah,
they carried on the momentum of a mess show from last week and brought it into this.
Yeah, they're just missing the characters I like on the show, and they killed off Adam Cole. Congratulations,
where the hell is Miro?
Where is Miro? Where's Bryan Danielson? Where's FTR? These are the people I like. Shit. And I'm pretty sure there's other people who I'm just not mentioning. Where's Hook?
On Rampage. You got to give. They put Hook on Rampage to give you a reason to watch Rampage because everyone wants to watch. Everyone wants to watch Hook.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with missing it. It's not must see. I need to see Hook. And why is Adam Cole wrestling on AEW Dark? I saw him on the ticker and I was like, what is that?
Eric said you guys are AEW haters. No, we're just filling in the blanks for you. You're not here.
What you don't understand is that we're wrestling fans and we got complaining to do. And I want to complain about AEW as much as I complain about Monday Night Raw and all that bullshit. I'm calling you out on your bullshit and all the wrestling. Don't care anymore. Done. Only good wrestling show right now is NXT 2.0. And you know what? And I haven't even watched NXT UK, but it's also another great show that people do not recognize as the 4th brand in WWE.
205 Live is okay when I watch Nikita Lyons.
You mean Nikita Lyons show? That's what it should be called.
Yeah, when I watch all 3 minutes of a match and then turn it off again.
Oh, we didn't even bring up Anna Jay versus Jade.
That was on?
That was a backstage segment, yeah.
When Jade was terrible.
When
Jade.
all the white people got to talk, and then Jade could only say, that bitch show, and then they cut away, and I was like, that's terrible.
I think that's the only thing she could have said. I don't think she can actually talk properly. Because one, she doesn't come off believable.
Shout out to their hip hop diversity album to save diversity in this company because
what AEW the Black Album?
Yeah, they kept everybody. They kept all the black people in the back this week, except for the half black guys. They claim who put that in their rap. It was like we're black and white and we don't eat face paint. Oh, I can't wait. Those big hands though are scary. I ain't boxing with her.
She's the one that keeps those hands keep Cody humble.
Shut up, Cody. You're not curing racism. I don't care what you say. So in the year of 2022, and I don't think this is all the same year, but within 1 year, Cody has ended racism. He has revolutionized wrestling. He is now a forbidden door.
No, he closed doors. He closes doors. He closes doors more than anyone. Where's Anthony Ogogo? He's more Anthony Onono right now because no one has seen him.
No. By the way, Andrade, my mama said Andrade bought black people. Oh, what? Gunther is greater than that bitch. What?
I don't know who he's referring to because we've just talked about Jade, who refers to herself as that bitch.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Jade.
Or is he talking about Liberty's mom? That he refuses to call her by her real name, Brandy.
Because there's only one Brandy. There's only room for one Brandy in the wrestling world,
and that
is Tom Brandy.
Roddy is the most relevant member of the Undisputed Era.
Eric, save your good material for Saturday.
I mean, is he off or is he at work today?
I don't know. He might be at work.
He could have just come on.
Yeah. But I also will agree with. I don't want to agree with this one, but this week killed Adam Cole for me, and I don't know what happened. I don't want to see him align with Britt Baker. Tony Schiavone makes me sick when they're talking about this storyline. JR seemed annoyed as fuck this week. I don't know what it was. He just seemed annoyed with everything this week. Like, there's times when he's all bitter JR. He's talking about rules and stuff. He was so frustrated with this show off the jump. Like, the main rule broken in the mixed tag match, men and women can't touch each other at all. And it's like, if you do, it's a disqualification. There's Canadian Destroyer about to happen on women, 450 hit men, or is Cassidy hit a woman? I don't think he did, but
Eric said he feels like crap and is at home.
I feel like cramp.
He's menstruating.
Oh. That's gonna be his new Vince McMahon name for Eric. This is cramp.
JK Swiss said Cody gives the energy of the guy in the parking lot pimping.
No, at least that guy. Well, you know what? They both have charisma. But the thing is about Cody, what he puts off is just like, man, you have such a fragile ego and you're worried about everything, but let's get your shit together. Just do your job.
Yeah. Eric says, I enjoyed Cody's State of the Union of AEW. Let Cody sell Punk.
Yeah, like, I don't even understand why he brought up CM Punk. He's like, I did that, not Punk. I am this. And he's like, I can't turn heel because I built this. I am the revolution. And when he has arguments of he is right, that he helped build this. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so on that note, we did not enjoy AEW this week.
And by the way, all these AEW fans that hate WWE, they're all watching the Rumble. They're all watching it. And Cody's the help for that too. If they had no interest, like, oh, Cody may show up. He led to that. I'm a free agent. I want the contract. Tony Khan's not offering me the contract. I what? Huh? Shut up.
Yeah, so on that note, we'll be back Saturday for the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast, where we'll probably talk about this man again.
Tony D. Tony D should get the cover for this Saturday show. I'm just saying. I don't know what's going to happen on SmackDown, but Tony D has a beat. Serena Deeb had her chance. I don't care how tan she is. Gunther! What's your name? Gunther! Gunther Kente!
Gunther Kente.
Gunther Kente.
I didn't actually speak about Tony D's promo. He struggled.
Hey, shut up. What are you talking about?
He struggled.
No, he didn't.
He almost got if people were really behind that man doing the what chants, he would have struggled even more.
Tony D knew what he was doing. He made it seem like he was struggling because he didn't want his words to come off all unauthentic. But that's what he do. Done. That's what they call it. The Dun man.
Dunner. No one's done Dunner than Pete Dunne. So that's the end of the show. We'll be back Saturday make sure you like the video, subscribe, and all our information is in the description below because I don't want to get it wrong again. So down there, not my genitals, down in the description.
That's what it sounded like. You're like, hey, you want the description? Bang, right here. The Gunther Matata.
For the rest of your day.
It's his prophecy to get released.
Hakuna Matata.